Hello students, welcome to the Pole Science of Class 11 Arts, and today onwards we will discuss about all the new topics that is been introduced by the CBSE in the latest curriculum of 2020 and 21. So other than this new topic, the old topics are also there, but today onwards we will discuss all those new topics that is being currently introduced by the CBSE in this year's latest syllabus of 2020 and 21. That means that from 2020 onwards all these new topics will be carried on by the CBSE in the syllabus of Pole Science of 11 Arts. So the first topic or the first new topic related to the latest syllabus of 11 Arts of Pole Science is Election and Representation. This is the chapter's name, and under this chapter the new topic is electoral reforms in Indian politics. That means we will discuss about the concept related to this new topic also, and whatever the question that may come of 1 mark or 2 mark or 4 mark, maybe of 6 mark also. So we will discuss of those questions and answers also, and along with that we will also discuss in brief about those particular new topic that is introduced in this year's syllabus of 2020 and 21. So let us proceed then. So related to the chapter Election and Representation, the first new topic is electoral reforms in Indian politics. Clear? So what are the electoral reforms? That means what are the changes that has been done in Indian politics in the way of electoral process that is being carried out. Earlier it was what we were giving vote, or our earlier generation were giving vote in the form of ballot paper, but now the system has been changed to EVM machines, that means electronic voting machine. So all these are related to this electoral reforms in Indian politics. So let us proceed then. So electoral reforms in the 21st century include use of EVM, electronic voting machine. After that VVPAT, that means voter verifiable paper audit trail, and NOTA, none of the above. Clear? Restrictions on exit polls, ceiling on election expenditure 50 to 70 lakhs for the Lok Sabha elections, and rupees 20 to 28 lakhs for the assembly elections, and the use of electoral bonds in election funding are some of the major reforms initiated by the Election Commission of India that have sought to bring about revolutionary changes in the electoral process and the voter behavior in the contemporary India. So if we try to understand about some of the major reforms or changes in Indian politics related to electoral process, these are: number one, the introduction of EVM machine. As I have told you earlier that earlier it was ballot box. Now it has been changed that has been replaced by the EVM, which is electronic voting machine, where we cast our vote. After that VVPAT has also been introduced. That means voter verifiable paper audit trail. That means when we will give vote, after that, on the other hand, on one side we will cast our vote, and on the other side the slip which will be given by the Election Commission of India as per individual. Suppose I have 3 members in my family, so we will be given receipt against our name, like the voter ID. So that voter ID will consist of voter ID number. So when we go to cast our vote, at that time we will be given entry only if we give the details regarding to that voter ID. So they will note it down, the voter ID number. After that, after the elections are over, voting is over, when the counting of voting starts, then at that time VVPAT also is being calculated. That means the number of votes in electronic voting machine should also match with that of VVPAT. That's the reason that is why it is known as voter verifiable paper audit trail. Clear? And last but not the least, the introduction of NOTA. That means none of the above. So it is one important feature that has been included by the Election Commission of India related to the electoral process. What this nota is actually, this nota means none of the above. That means if suppose you are being given the right to vote, that means you are 18 and above and you are being given the right to vote, you have voter ID. So when you go to cast your vote, at that time, suppose 10 candidates are there from your constituency. So if you are not satisfied with any of the 10 contestants that are contesting in the elections, suppose you don't like any of them from number 1 to 10, then there will be one more option, that is number 11, which will be known as nota. That means none of the above. So if you are not satisfied with the above 10 candidates, suppose 11 number is none of the above, so you can cast your vote against that nota also. That means you are satisfied with none of the candidates that are contesting the elections. At that particular moment, you can cast your vote to the nota. That means your valuable vote will go to no one. That will be going to nota. That means you are giving your vote to none of the above candidates. Clear? So these are important reforms that has been made regarding the electoral reforms. Number 1 is introduction of electronic voting machine. Then number 2 is VVPAT, and number 3 is the introduction of nota. Apart from that, restrictions on exit polls are there. Exit polls means after the voting process ends, after that a gap of 15 to 20 days or maybe more than 20 days is given, because counting of votes take times. So at between that moment, the exit polls, that means many news channels and many people, many surveyors actually survey, going to different constituency and asking people to whom they have voted for. So these are known as exit polls. That means before elections only, a rough estimate of who will win the elections is known as exit polls. So Election Commission of India has put restrictions on those type of exit polls. That means when the real counting of votes will start, then only the elections result can be declared. But before that, all these exit polls don't have any genuineness. For that only, the Election Commission of India has put restrictions on those exit polls. Apart from that, ceiling on election expenditure. That means, as you know, that if any contestant fights elections, for the Lok Sabha elections, he or she can spend between 50 to 70 lakhs for his campaigning, and 20 to 28 lakhs for the assembly elections. That means for the state election, you can spend between 20 to 28 lakhs. That is from the Election Commission's side. If you are contesting for the member of Legislative Assemblies election, you will be allowed to make expenditure between 20 to 28 lakhs, and if you are contesting elections for the member of parliament, that you will be allowed to make an expenditure of around 50 to 70 lakhs. Clear? And the use of electoral bonds in election funding are some of the major reforms initiated by the Election Commission of India that have sought to bring about revolutionary change in the electoral process and the voter behavior in the contemporary India. So as a whole, you can see that there are at least 6 major reforms or changes that has been made in the Indian politics related to electoral process. Number 1 is introduction of EVM. Number 2 is VVPAT. Number 3 is nota. Number 4 is the expenditure. That means ceiling. You are allowed to make an expenditure between 15 to 70 lakhs for the Lok Sabha elections and 20 to 28 lakhs for the assembly elections. And number 5 is use of electoral bonds. So these are the 5 major changes that has been done in the Indian politics. Clear? So regarding this, we will discuss the first question, which is, what does electoral reform include in the 21st century? So as we have already discussed that electoral reforms in the 21st century includes some of the changes are introduction of EVM machines, electronic voting machine, then introduction of voter verifiable paper audit trail VVPAT and nota. That means none of the above. So after that comes mention some of the electoral reforms in Indian politics. What are some of the electoral reforms in Indian politics? This will be in the descriptive type question, or you can say short answer type, which will carry 4 marks. So all these will be coming under these reforms. Starting from electoral reforms in the 21st century include use of EVM, number 1. Number 2 is VVPAT, and number 3 is nota. Apart from that, restrictions on exit poll is there, number 4. That means whatever the exit polls are being done by the surveyors or surveying party, that are restricted strictly. After that, ceiling on expenditure, election expenditure is also put forwarded. That means for the Lok Sabha elections, a candidate contesting elections will be allowed to spend between 50 to 70 lakhs, and for the state assembly, he or she will be allowed to spend 20 to 28 lakhs. Apart from that, use of electoral bonds in election funding are some of the major reforms. So these are total 6 in numbers, and these are only some of the electoral reforms in Indian politics which have revolutionized the electoral process also in India, and the voter behavior also related to that. So with this, I will wind up today's topic related to the new topic introduced by the CBSE in this year's syllabus of pol science. So today we started understanding about the first new topic, that is electoral reforms in Indian politics. Along with that, we also discussed about one short questions and answers, and apart from that, we also discussed about question and answer related to 4 marks. So please make a note down of the important points also, and along with important points also note down question number 1 and question number 2. So winding up the topic here only. Thank you.